going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds bbq. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful, delicious, smoky, mini, delicious, party-sized, tiny little spare ribs. Coming up! With the holidays upon us, we're surrounded by all sorts of different types of get-togethers, whether it's friends, family, co-workers, holiday parties, the list goes on. And bringing barbecue to a holiday party is a great way to impress all your friends and co-workers. But bringing an entire brisket is a bit of a stretch, so that's got me thinking more about appetizers and finger foods. So today we're going to take a rack of spare ribs, split it right down the middle, and try and get some cute little bite-sized little appetizer pork ribs, and it is going to be delicious. This is a rack of pork spare ribs. St. Louis cut, to be precise. And because they're already nicely squared up and trimmed, there's really not much to do. Just gonna take this little thin end off over here, kind of square them off a little bit. And there's always this chunk of meat right over here on this end, which kind of wants to pull right away. So we'll shave that down as well. But other than that, that's the beauty of St. Louis cut ribs. Nice and clean, skirt removed. So, ready to go. Let's bust out the power tools. This is a Sawzall with a stainless steel meat grade blade on there. You can get these on Amazon. Ooh, how you doing? And that's how we're gonna slice these bones in half. Starting right down the middle, we're just gonna see how it goes. Trying really hard not to mess up our beautiful table. Maybe we'll start a couple of bones in. This is sketchy. That was terrifying. I definitely don't think the Sawzall is the right tool for the job here. But check the links in the description of this video. I have a meat saw on there that we used to use at Leroy & Lewis that would do a much better job at this. But better yet, just ask your butcher. They got bandsaws back there. I'm sure they would gladly rip a rack of pork ribs down the middle for you. But regardless, we got it done. Two beautiful strips of tiny little pork ribs. Let's season them up. We're gonna keep it pretty classic today, pretty simple, with some good old-fashioned chud rub. Just a simple all-purpose rub that I like to make. Mostly salt and pepper, with a little bit of garlic and other spices in there. But nice heavy coating, and again, these are ribs, so you can do whatever you want. I usually go just salt and pepper on ribs. I really like the smoke to do all the coloring for me, but every now and then a nice colorful rub like this is fun. Add some different flavors to the party as well. Pat it in, flip it over, flip it over. Must say, these are looking pretty adorable. And again, because this rub is pretty pepper heavy, we can go on with a pretty liberal coat without over salting anything, which is always nice. And as always, folks, don't forget the sides, come on. Looking good. Let's fire up the pit. Damn it! It's beginning to look a lot like boot snakes everywhere you go. Now we got this pit rocking a solid 300 degrees. We're gonna go on with our little racky racks here. Something tells me to cook them horizontally, but I'm usually a vertical guy when it comes to orientation on the pit. So we'll see how they go. But we'll check back in a couple hours and see how they're looking. This video is brought to you by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. With thousands of meals and dozens of meal plans to choose from, whether you're pescatarian, vegetarian, meat and veg, or just looking for something quick and easy, HelloFresh has got something for everybody. And especially this time of year when things are starting to get real hectic, having someone else do all the shopping for you and drop it off right at your door a few nights a week, what could be more convenient than that? Not to mention, meal plans like this have a much lower carbon footprint than traditional methods of meal prep. And it's also really great for food waste, because instead of buying a whole bunch of cilantro when you only need a pinch, they just give you what you need. Not to mention that the recipes are super easy to follow, so if you're new to the kitchen, oh goodness, this is a great place to start. Also, all their meats are nice and high quality too. We're making pork citrus tacos, by the way. And there we have it, a beautiful pork taco. Don't mind if I do. So if you're new to the kitchen, looking for a little extra help with your meal prep, or just trying to spend a little less time in the grocery store this time of year, use the link in the description of this video taking you to HelloFresh.com, where you can use promo code chudsbbq14 for up to 14 free meals, plus 3 free gifts. Again, there's a link in the description of this video that'll take you to HelloFresh.com. Use promo code chudsbbq14 for up to 14 free meals. Thank you, HelloFresh. After about 3-4 hours, these ribbies are looking real nice. Got some wonderful color on there. Probably around 160 or so internal. So I'm gonna start spritzing them a little bit. For this front rack, I'm gonna be keeping it a pretty traditional, sweet barbecue sauce kind of a rib. But this back one, I wanna go a little bit spicier, get that more party rib vibe going on. So I've got this really high-tech setup of some Frank's Red Hot and a squirt bottle hanging out there. I'm just gonna start spraying this back one. Get a nice glaze of some hot sauce on there. Let that cook on. Oh, that looks amazing already. I'm gonna leave the front one alone for a little bit because sugar tends to cook on a lot quicker than something like an acid like this hot sauce. So I'm gonna give this back one a few extra rounds of spritzing before I start hitting this one with most likely some maple syrup. After about an hour of spritzing, I'm gonna pull these bad Larrys off. That is the one from back that I was spritzing with hot sauce for the last hour or so. This one I've been spritzing for the last maybe 30 minutes or so, and the color is looking fantastic on both of these. This one I hit with a maple spritz, which was simply equal parts of maple syrup and water, just to add a nice little sugary glaze on there. And they are looking lovely. A little dark, but that's kind of how I like them. So now we're gonna wrap them up. This is the maple one. I'm treating this one pretty traditional, so I'm gonna hit this one with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Of course, this is Leroy and Lewis Beat barbecue sauce, on sale now at LeroyandLewisBBQ.com. Great for the holidays. Flip it over so meat side is down. We're just gonna wrap it up. Back on the pit. As to this guy, I'm also gonna flip it over and wrap it up mostly, and then we're gonna go on with some melted butter. I figure some butter playing with the hot sauce is gonna make a nice little party wing, because you know, hot sauce plus butter equals buffalo sauce. So, well, since I melted it all, might as well go in. As much or as little as you see fit. Wrap that up nice and tight. We're gonna put this back on the pit to finish cooking. Should only be probably another hour or so. These ribbies are feeling nice and tender and coming off the pit. And we're gonna let them rest for just a little bit. And to be completely honest, I have not looked at a clock this entire day. I have no idea how long these have been cooking for, because that's not how you cook barbecue. Especially ribs. Cook them till you get the color you like, then glaze them till you get the sheen you like, then wrap them until they are probe and tender. Now we're gonna let them rest down to eating temperature. We will slice right on in. But before I go, I just wanna ask y'all a simple favor. It is December now, the season of giving, so why don't you give me a little gift by hitting that subscribe button. Really trying to hit 100,000 subs by the end of the year. It's not going to take any of your personal information or anything like that, but it would mean a lot to me and let the YouTube algorithm know that you like what I'm doing here. And it'll help keep the snakes out of my damn boots. Without further ado, let's dive on into these bad Larrys. Ooh, look at all that melted butter in there on these beautiful, tiny, adorable little pork ribs. And of course, we've got our regular guys over here feeling incredibly tender. Oh goodness, it broke already. Let's slice on in. Ooh, it's getting cold out here tonight. Kind of the nice thing about these mini ribs is you can easily see where the bone is. And look at that, it's a tiny little pork rib. That's so cute. That's adorable. That little bone poking out. That's awesome. Let's take a little bite of this guy real quick. Oh my goodness. It's been a while since I had a good pork rib, not gonna lie. Nice clean bite out of there. And it's just a little bite-sized number. It's like a little hand grenade. You just bite it, pull out the pin. Oh, that's so good. That's just your classic pork rib in miniature form. And it's so cute. I'm gonna stop saying it's cute now. All right, let's line these little soldiers up over here and move on to the big boys, because I did not split this rack nearly as evenly as I should. And these little guys are looking fantastic as well. These are some little fat boys. Look at that. That's a mini spare rib right there. It's so cute. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep saying it. Beautiful smoke ring, lovely color on there, nice and juicy. I like that one. That's a spicy one. Clean off the bone. It's got a really nice buttery, tangy kick to it from all that hot sauce and butter we added. And obviously it's nice and tender. Oh, I tell you what, this might be the new game day snack right here. Because I mean, if you buy a whole bunch of spare ribs, slice them down the middle, you're getting 20 to 25 little mini ribs per rack. That'll feed a crowd. And they're so cute. Oh, love it. The flavor on these ones. The hot sauce spritz. Highly recommend it. I mean, would you just look at these little guys? Don't you just want to pop those in your mouth? If you got 3 racks, put those all in a nice tin. You could even cook these like burn-ins, you know what I mean? Toss them in some sauce. Ooh, you know what's happening next? We're gonna bacon cure a rack and make bone-in bacon burn-ins. Woo, someone steal it. All right, I need to eat more of these. There's just something so satisfying about tiny foods, right? I don't know what it is. Little finger foods. 1 bite. Everybody knows the rules. To be honest, I was a little worried that there was gonna be like chipping on the ends of the bones, but nothing so far. Imagine if you did these with baby backs, it'd be even tinier. Love it. Keeper. I think it's time for the official taste test. PB doesn't get bone in. Oh, we're going high today. Oh, you gotta work for it. Come on. There you go. Nailed me right in the nads. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely adorable, tiny little pork ribs that are perfect for any tailgate, holiday party, gathering, or anytime you need an hors d'oeuvre. But if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. If you do this recipe for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds bbq. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see me cook next. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to make all of these wonderful videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.